Now, yesterday, if you were watching this programme, you will know that we revealed that hundreds of new homes up and down the country have been built using weak mortar that does not meet recommended industry standards. Well, now an MP is calling on the government to introduce stricter rules around the quality of new housing developments. Kate Green, who is a Labour MP for Stretford and Urmston, saw our exclusive report yesterday and says it's an issue that's affected constituents on one particular estate. We're going to talk to her shortly, but first here's a reminder of Jim Reed's film.
It's completely disappeared.
An estate near Glasgow.
And you can see the insulation in here too.
Vinny bought this house 6 years ago. When we filmed, the mortar in his side wall was being replaced.
Just as I touch it, it's coming out.
When he moved in, there were small problems, cracks in the plaster and so on. Then he was watching TV when he says he heard two loud bangs.
I went out to put stuff in my bin in the morning, and as I opened the bin lid and put the stuff in, stuff fell in my head. When I went like that, it was sand, and I looked at the bins and there was bigger bits of sand and mortar, and I looked up. That's when I seen what I seen. The mortar was falling out.
He complained to the home builder Taylor Wimpey. He spoke to the NHBC, that's the industry body which guarantees his new home.
NHBC arranged for a company to take mortar samples. The bricklayer says to his boss, "Look at this, Harry, this is the worst I've ever seen."
Those test results showed the substance sticking the bricks together, the mortar, appeared to be far weaker than it should have been.
I never put the mortar in. I'm the guy who retired and decided to buy a new build house. I would never buy a new build house again.
The NHBC did accept that something was wrong. Repair crews came and went, but Vinny says the problem was never fully fixed.
This is my house, this is inheritance to give to my kids, and I'm retired. It's supposed to be a happy retirement, and the last year and a half has just been a living hell.
Do you regret ever buying this place?
Yes, I do. I wish I was still in my old house.
After 18 months, the NHBC did finally buy Mr Fassione's whole house back off him. In a statement it said,
"Unfortunately, the performance of the contractor we employed to repair the property was not good enough, and so, in consideration of Mr Fassione's personal circumstances, we offered to buy it. We did not buy the property because of the original mortar erosion."
And the home builder Taylor Wimpey said,
"We would like to sincerely apologise to Mr Fascione for the issues he experienced with his home. On those occasions where issues do arise, we endeavour to resolve them as soon as practically possible."
Well, I've been speaking to MP Kate Green and I asked her to describe the problems her constituents have had.
Constituents who bought brand new homes over the last 18 months or so from Persimmon and had a whole range of problems. Toilets that wouldn't flush, toilets that were flushing boiling hot water, skirting boards not properly fixed, holes in the walls, gardens waterlogged. And it wasn't just the problems. Everyone expects some snags when you move into a new house. But when they tried to get the problems fixed, they got very, very poor customer service from Persimmon. So it's been a really disappointing experience for my constituents.
And have you got involved on their behalf?
Well, I tried to. I wrote to Persimmon on their behalf some months ago. And I received a letter back simply saying it wasn't the company's policy to deal with MPs. I must say I was really shocked because in the meantime my constituents weren't getting their problems sorted and were very, very unhappy. And then I discovered when I raised this in Parliament that this was a pattern that was happening up and down the country with lots and lots of different house builders. Other MPs reported similar experiences for their constituents. And people began to post me on Facebook, to tweet about their experiences, to email me. And I realised that this is a very, very widespread problem of poor quality building work, but worse, very poor quality customer service when people try to get things put right.
So when you saw our investigation yesterday where we showed houses where literally you could run a finger along mortar and it was just crumbling away, in some cases the mortar had completely gone, presumably you weren't surprised by that?
I'm terribly sorry to say I wasn't surprised. It's typical of the hundreds and hundreds of stories that I've been hearing over the last few months from up and down the country. And we know that the house builders know there's a problem. We know the government knows there's a problem. The government was consulting earlier this year and whether there was a need to strengthen protections for home buyers.
This idea of a new homes ombudsman is being looked at, won't come in for some time. Is that the right direction?
I think it's helpful. The government has said that it intends to introduce a new homes ombudsman. We don't have any details yet. As you say, it will be quite some time away, but I think that's a good step, and I'm encouraging government ministers to get on with it. I'll be holding a debate in Parliament on Thursday to urge them to make rapid progress. But it is a very confusing picture for home buyers. Lots and lots of different codes. They've got a warranty that they may hold, but that warranty only for the first 2 years covers all the defects that they might experience, and then it's really only major structural defects, even though the warranty in theory lasts 10 years. There's no right to inspect the property before you take the keys and say you're happy with it. And as you reported in your programme yesterday, people are also being asked to sign gagging clauses if they're to get the work put right.
Let me give you this statement, which we've received from Mark Cook, who's the Regional Managing Director for Persimmon Homes North West. He said, "We've worked with our customers at Woodsend to address all outstanding issues. We take our customer service extremely seriously and are wholeheartedly committed to resolving all of the issues that arise. I would urge any of our customers who have concerns to contact our customer care team directly."
Well, that's welcome, but, you know, my constituents began to experience these problems over 18 months ago, and I think their confidence in the company has been very severely dented. If Persimmon and other house builders are now saying that they're going to put things right, that's great. But, you know, this covers a huge range of builders. It covers a whole range of people buying houses up and down the country. And I think that the industry must now expect that people are going to look for much tighter regulation, because it's clear that they really haven't been meeting good standards of customer satisfaction, and it's simply not good enough.
Kate Green, thank you ever so much.
Thank you.